Please subscribe Raj Shamani Clips channel if you want to become a better leader for tomorrow and achieve your Indian dream in short amount of time with just small clips. I'm an emotional person. Okay, and the way you said it, like you don't let your emotions drive your decisions. I have seen and noticed and observed that in a lot of situations, my emotions drive my decisions and they've overpowered me. And I'm trying to understand, manage, and get more intelligent, and I've not reached there yet. But I'm on my own journey and eventually I'll be there, because for the longest time, I used to repel emotions. And I used to feel cool that, hey, you know what? I'm against having emotions, that this, when you're growing up and you see this American series where like everybody's so powerful,
cold and cool and stoic,
right? So I used to watch this series called Suits.
Yep.
Harvey Specter, and there's a famous line by Harvey Specter where he says that I'm not against emotions, I'm against having them, not using them, right? And I started using that. I was like, hey, you know what? So the longest time, I didn't realize that I am a very emotional person. Even the fact that I want to repel emotions is coming from a strong belief that the world is against me and everybody has seen me as an inferior personality. And there was like so many emotional burst outs, breakthroughs which needed to be done for me in order to accept it, right? And when you look at me as a person, I let my family dictate a lot of decisions because I'm so emotionally tied up, and sometimes I forget logic. I let my close ones dictate emotions. Sometimes in my organization, there are employees who I know that, okay, XYZ, this person, team member, I know that is lying or she's lying or this is the case. But I'm so emotionally attached and I was like, let it be, it's fine. Let it be, it's fine, right? So I'm on this journey. So I felt I wanted to share this.
And some might say, you know what? Here is an individual who is allowing their feelings to decide their decisions, and they're doing not badly at all. But my question would be, could Raj do even better?
Of course.
Right?
Of course.
If he was not led by emotions in certain things. I would argue, though, for you to get to where you are, you have been able to understand and manage your emotions better than the average person. There's definitely a case, right? Because I'm also emotional. I'm not saying suppress your emotions. That's not a good strategy. What I'm saying is don't be led by them.
Of course.
Because they do distort our thinking, right? And so
we need to be better managers of our emotions.
Yes. And I know myself, like I know that sometimes I'm speaking to somebody and I might not like them. But instead of not liking them, my second thought is, hang on, why am I not liking them? They haven't done anything to me. This is my own bias playing out. Either they remind me of somebody, or I feel like they don't like me, so I'm not liking them. But these are just biases and beliefs in my head. I'm fabricating these thoughts in my head.
Yeah.
I have no evidence of any of this. So I'll question my own dislike for individuals, or I'm uncomfortable around certain people. Why am I uncomfortable around certain people? That's what I'm saying we need to start doing more of, right? So that we can make better decisions. Because a lot of the times we're removing people that are good for us and we're embracing people that are bad for us because we're emotionally led.
Yeah.
And in that moment, we're not thinking straight.
No, I get you. I hear you. And I completely agree with you. And for everyone who got a wrong idea that I'm letting my emotions come out and I'm doing fairly well, I really believe that you should not take away this from me in this conversation, because I believe there's a merit in actually be able to become really, really emotionally intelligent. There's a merit in understanding emotions better. There's a merit in able to feel, understand, observe, and use it for your strength. So I'm on the journey, I'm learning it. Probably during the series of these podcasts, people will see me becoming a more emotionally aware person, but I'm not there yet. So I'm learning. So
neither am I. I've just, over a period of time, I've reduced how many decisions I'm making from emotions. I still do sometimes, but the critical decisions, I don't, and that's important. And especially decisions about our career, a lot of people are making those decisions from a place of fear and scarcity. That is an emotionally led decision. Or what's trending and what's popular at the time, right? So that's, again, you becoming enthused and you're becoming enamored with what's happening. And in those moments, I think there is a high risk of making decisions that are not going to work out very well for you in the long term. And to avoid that, I think it's important to have an understanding of emotions, which is a big part of emotional intelligence, which has been conveniently removed from the education system.
Of course. I'll tell you, right? Like you're talking about my previous success of what I've done. That was also emotionally led. And I want to just give you an example, which I've never shared it. For the longest time, for me, it was just about proving people wrong, right? And in this process, because I became so into myself that, hey, this person doesn't believe in you, let me prove this person. Like, my teacher is like this, I want to prove her wrong. My dad's like this, I want to prove him wrong, right? And over the period of time, I didn't realize that people who are supporting me, I'm against them also. In my own. So for the longest time, I was fighting a battle against my dad in my head, right? Again, my dad in my head. And I was like, okay, I want to show my dad that I can be independent, I can be this, I can be that, I can be all that. My dad's always been there to support me. Like, there was never a battle. So I feel that those kind of things, for the longest time, I was coming out of anger, revenge, feeling of inferiority. These are all emotionally led decisions. And that's why I think I've gotten to a certain point. But now there's nothing like that. I feel content with who I am. I really feel I've accepted the way I am. My self-awareness is going high and high and higher every time. And I think now it's time that more than emotions, I want to take my decisions based on imagination, based on values, based on my version of how the good world will look like. Right? So,
that's a great point, and thank you for sharing that, Raj. But I will say something here. If you are going to make decisions from negative emotions, it's better to make them from anger than from fear. Because when you look at, again, the frequency chart, anger requires energy, and anger can produce high performance. It may not produce fulfillment. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But it can produce high achievement and high productivity. Because I remember before I developed the level of self-awareness that I had, I also had anger. Interestingly, it didn't really affect my ability to achieve and be productive and perform. It didn't. So I saw that the positive side of anger. I did see that as kind of a positive catalyst to high performance anyway. Certainly not great for your nervous system, not great for your health, not great for your relationships, not great for fulfillment. But if you had to operate from any of the low vibrational frequencies, you're better off using anger than guilt, fear, or shame.
Nice.
Those definitely will not allow you to produce and perform and achieve.
Thank you for watching this till the end. If you want to become a better leader for tomorrow, then subscribe our channel for more such clips.